To activate the pattern players in Traktor Pro Plus, choose Pattern Player from the Effects Deck drop-down menu. In post-fader mode, the pattern player's volume is independent of deck faders, filter, and EQ settings. So the patterns will keep playing as is during track transitions. With insert mode, the deck's EQ, filter, and fader settings will apply to the pattern player volume. Send mode only works if you're in external mixing mode, in which case you could send pattern player's output to external mixer channels. When you start the pattern player, its tempo follows the master tempo, and if a track is playing, the pattern player will sync to the grid. These previous and next buttons simply move through the drum samples within a kit, with the currently selected samples showing on the pattern selection knob. You assign the pattern player to a deck the same way you would assign an effects unit to a deck. You could, for example, give pattern players their own channels on decks 3 and 4 while using decks 1 and 2 for tracks. Or you could combine the pattern player with tracks on the same deck. It's up to you.
But our love is gone. It's our favorite song. And even when I'm wrong, I still. It feels so good to be back.
The pattern player's controls mirror the effects section of Native Instruments gear like the Traktor Control S4. There's a top row of 4 knobs which control the volume, pattern selection, and the pitch and decay of the drum samples. Then the bottom row of 4 buttons controls playback start and stop, switching the drum samples, and the ducking effect. The pattern selection knob scrolls through preset patterns. Turning it right makes the patterns busier, while turning it left makes the patterns more sparse. Turning the pitch knob alters the drum sample's pitch by plus or minus 12 semitones. The decay knob alters the drum sample's length. The duck button sidechains the track on the affected deck with the pattern player sample, which emphasizes the pattern player's samples more in the mix. When duck is on, the pattern player's volume knob determines the amount of sidechain, while the decay knob determines the ducking effect's decay.